Hello, listeners. Welcome back to Vishnu Podcast. This is Amulya Chorsetti.
I'm Harshita. We have with us Deepa Kiran, a storyteller, writer, educator, TEDx speaker, and the founder of Story Arts Foundation. She has taken Indian oral traditions across the globe, worked with over 90,000 educators, and has inspired countless students. She has even won national and international awards for her work in storytelling as an art and as teaching tool. Welcome to Vishnu Podcast, ma'am. We are so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, I'm really excited to know that you have been shifting from botany to literature and literature to storytelling. How does that journey unfold?
So, technically, I moved from literature to storytelling through teaching. I became a teacher just after my MA, and I was teaching 11th and 12th class students English. Of course, they were not interested. So I had to make them interested because it's my duty as an English teacher. And what I found is stories were very helpful. I started telling stories. Then they were listening, they were understanding the subject. 5 years later, I specialized in the teaching of English. And then I could understand why storytelling was working. So I've continued.
Ma'am, every story has its own beginning. So, what's the beginning of your story?
Of my story, one was the school, of course, which is where I started telling it in education for the love of it, knowing consciously that this is what I want to do. There is actually a story behind that. In 2008, I had a kidney malfunction. I was on 80 tablets of steroids every day. And I was just in my 30s. My children were small, and any moment I could have a heart attack because that was one of the side effects. And there were many other side effects of the kidney malfunction. Orthoporiosis, I think they call it, bone depletion, many things which is not at all pleasant when you're 30. And every morning, one entire tiffin plate of tablets I was eating. After 4.5 months and no improvement, one of my friends said, "You've tried everything. I'm sending you a CD of bhajans. Just listen." I can't remember what the bhajans were, whose it was, but she said, "Just give up, just surrender." And literally, that's what I did. I said, "Take care. I don't know the solution." Finally, after 5 months, the day I put the CD, the next day I felt I got an epiphany that do what you love, Deepa. And I wasn't sure what I loved, because sometimes when you become a mother and you're so busy with the children, you forget.
Yeah.
So a few more days and I realized I love being with children. I love teaching stories, music, dance. So I organized a 3-week summer camp in that small town that I lived. People turned up. 3 weeks I spent 3 hours every day with children doing what I love. And true story, the next checkup, my nephrologist, the kidney specialist, he said, "You're totally fine, Deepa. I cannot put one tablet into you." I was totally fine. And I remember asking him, steroids are tapered. If they give you 80, they can't stop it. It's like cigarettes. The body gets addicted, so they have to reduce 60, 40, 20, and that's how they stop it. I said, "Doctor, you said tapering. Now you're saying no more tablets. What tapering? You're totally fine. I cannot put a single tablet into you." And that's the story. That's when I realized that this makes me come alive. It keeps me healthy. So, literally healthy. So, I've continued doing it, never stopped.
So, as writers, when we start writing on a topic, we feel like we should go deep into it, and again we'll hesitate writing on that topic. So, what would you say? Like, how does one know where to stop or how deep to go in?
Ah, okay. So, I write non-fiction. I don't really write fiction, which means I tell stories that I've already listened or heard, right? So when you orally tell, how deep you go or how deep you do not go, the reference is your audience. You take cues from the audience, how they're responding. They like something more, I tell more of it. They don't seem interested, I come back to the main story. The reference is also myself, like how much do I want to stretch my story. So with fiction and with oral literature, I think for me the reference is what is my focus. That helps me return. Um, Writing, as I said, I do non-fiction, more of writing. There is very structured. You already know what you want to talk about, what you don't. So yes, I would say my solution is to know my key. What is my key, and return to that, my key theme. Yeah.
Ma'am, can storytelling or writing kind of thing help us somehow with stress or mental health struggles?
What do you think?
For few, it might work. For
Mm.
few who don't actually write out, so I'm not sure about them. Like, few are not that expressive while writing or talking to someone.
What about you personally?
I would like to write. Yeah.
You would like to write, it helps you.
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to write.
Yeah. Same here. I think we belong to the same category. I do find writing very helpful. I've been keeping a journal since high school. And yeah, the fun part is in my 30s, in my late 30s, I saw my 8th class journal. And I have written in that, I want to tell stories to the world when I grow up. And I don't remember writing it because it's my handwriting and my book, I have to believe it. So maybe some things, beyond us also come out when we write. As again, I agree with you, it helps some people. Some people maybe are not the writing. They can try and draw. There were phases when I couldn't write. Sometimes with two little children, maybe not for all mothers, but for me, yes. Sometimes it gets, the whole day is so full of material, you can't sit and think and write. So I would keep the journal and I would keep color crayons. So I would draw. And I found that also helpful.
As you mentioned, you're into medical domain, botany. You're into storytelling, literature. Have you ever felt like you're juggling in all these kind of things?
Others have felt that. Yeah, everybody around me. What are you doing? Like, what really are you doing? In between this, I was also doing coding.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned C++ and I was very good at programming. So I went all over the place. But for me, I think I was clear after some time. By my late 30s, it took me a very long time, but by late 30s, I was very clear two things. I want to tell stories. I want to train teachers to be better storytellers. I still do a few other things which the world thinks is like I've made documentary cinema, I've acted in cinema, and people think, oh, you're a storyteller. No, but that is also storytelling. Like for you, podcasting is also storytelling, right? So now mind lo connections unnai. It all comes back. Yeah.
As you mentioned, it took some time to settle down things and find out your focus. How you manage that phase of your life?
I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I'm joking, but it was tough. I think one thing in my case that happened is I kept doing something. Like I taught in schools wherever I was living. I would go and become a teacher. So some satisfaction. Uh, Staying afloat, just staying connected. I think somehow that helped me. I didn't totally go away. Yeah.
So, ma'am, to wrap this podcast, we would love to wrap it with a rapid fire.
Okay.
So, if you want to give a genre to the Gen Z kids, what genre will they belong to? Like, if you want to write a book on Gen Z, what genre would it be?
I got it. Yeah. Maybe to do justice, I would think of graphic novel. It's a mix of the old and the new.
You will be telling multiple number of stories, right? What's that one story you'll never get tired of sharing?
There are many. One is Yellam Nanmaike. It's a folk tale my father would tell me.
What the story that your children like the most?
Yellam Nanmaike is one of the stories that I have also told my children and they also like.
Okay.
So maybe I would think of that.
So,
Yeah, please.
what is that one line advice you'd give to young minds or young people? Like, who will be jumping from one boat to another boat? Like,
I can't say stay focused because I figured out my focus eventually, but I can say one line, which is, we have the line Dharmo Rakshati Rakshataha. So it sounds big, But basically it means if you feel called, really deep inside you feel called to do it, not because it's a trending thing or the world is saying, then keep doing it. Because you do it, that thing will take care of you. What you do will take care of you. So have that faith. I will say it as a note to myself. I don't think anyone can advise anybody. Everyone has got their own wisdom. You'll find your way. Find your way. I think that would be more what I say.
Yeah.
You do you.
Ma'am, if you're okay, we just wanted you to describe this entire podcast thing like a kutti story.
Oh.
Right now?
In what sense? Like a fictional story?
Anything works for us.
Okay. So I was quite excited to come to Swiss campus in Bhimavaram, especially after having been to the Hyderabad campus, which was exclusively for girls, and I'd spoken so much about it to my mother. But what I stumbled upon here, this wonderful team of Amulya, Nandini, Deepika, Dikshita, and Harshita, was totally different. There is a radio station here being run by the students, and it's been there for over
Since 2007.
since 2007 and holds even Guinness records. And to see these students make me a part of their story, and we discover a new story here together, which I hope inspires a lot of young women students, especially across the country and other parts of the world, to take on such initiatives. This is a very special story of this podcast that I will take back with me. Also special because you have brought me behind the microphone after a long time. I used to work for the All India Radio for 3 years, from 97 to 2000. So once again, I'm sitting on the other side because I used to interview. Yeah, so you've given me a nice flashback memory and a new fresh memory to take back. Thank you.
It was great. Sure, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for your time. We are so happy to have you here.
Same here, same here.
Thank you.
I'm really glad to meet all of you, and I like the effort being put. Yeah, I'm sure it'll give you good results.
Thank you.
So you have to listen and follow Vishnu podcast page. It's amazing work they're doing here. Don't miss out on it, okay?